Hello and welcome back to Feed the Beast Skies. It's episode 2, and our base has been busy in between episodes. We've somehow had these villagers spawn. I think they're both fishermen. They don't really have many trades, so not sure what we'll do with them. They're kind of just annoying. But I have been AFK a little while. As you can see, we've got a bit of sugarcane. Our flax is growing. And this thing, our sifter, with the auto hammer and the cobblestone generator and all that, has been going pretty crazy. You can see here that this chest is just absolutely full of resources. So these sifters, they're all pretty full. And both of these chests. So I jumped on sort of every now and then and just sort of emptied it all out. Empty everything from there into these. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff at the moment. And in this episode, I'm thinking that we're going to kind of make a bit of a mess with create and setting these sifters up. So I'm gonna sort of set up a thing where, gravel automatically gets sifted and then the resources get processed and put into probably something like drawers. But first, I'd like to clear up our island a little bit. I think I'm going to get rid of these random little hills, sort of make it all flat, and then we're going to build something off that. That's all the dirt kind of cleared out. As nice as they look, I think I'm going to clear out the trees as well. Be a good way to get a bunch of wood too. There's one lone bunny rabbit that survived our slaughter, so I think he can stay. I think we'll keep him. He can be our pet bunny rabbit, and once we get a name tag, we'll name him. So I've cut one tree down, but I think I'm gonna leave it at that for now because these things are a mission. Because the blocks have kind of been placed like this, of course the leaves don't auto decay, so cutting down all the logs leaves all the leaves, and yeah, it's a real mission. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and that'll be us for now, I think. Because I'm thinking I'm gonna build our sort of processing facility kind of off the side this way. I think would be quite cool. So I'm gonna get a plan together for that, and I'll come back to you. So I think the plan at this point is to have this kind of wall here, and every second block is going to be a drawer. And the drawer will have all the outputs from the sifters once they've been processed. I do want to make this look a little bit nicer though, so I'm going to maybe just give it a bit of depth, and I'll come back. And we're back. A few updates around the base. I've set up a whole bunch of saplings here that will eventually grow, using it just to get some wood. I'm starting to grow some wheat over there for some food. We've got our trapped rabbit over there, and I've also trapped these two fishermen. I don't know what caused them to spawn or why they're here, but they can stick around for now. Not much has changed with our system. Still kind of running. It's full up now. I added some drawers to store stuff, but it's all kind of filling up. So I need to make some upgrades or, get the processing system up and running pretty quick. Getting heaps of resources though, which is great. Speaking of resources, this is where we're at for our processing facility thing here. If we look around the back, we've got this big space, and this is going to be where the sifters, of course, get gravel, sift it, and then automatically process the items. So pretty much if we look at the output of this, there's really only two different options. There's things like lapis, coal, diamond, emerald, which we don't need to process at all. They can just go straight into the storage. And then the other things like iron, lead, zinc, gold, copper, etc. They just need to be smelted, really. We could, of course, use something like a pulverizer or a enrichment chamber to try and get a bit more out of it, but we're getting so much that I don't think it's really going to be much of an issue. So I think we'll just smelt them, just straight up smelt them. Food is a bit of an issue for me at the moment. I'm growing the wheat, of course. But I did see that you can make dough 1 for 1 with a water bucket and 3 wheat. So that's definitely a sort of most efficient way of making food at the moment, I think. But I'll set up an auto farm for wheat or something similar at some point. So I wanted to smelt some kelp so we can get some dry kelp, which of course we can use to make mechanical belts. So this will probably be the main way we sort of move items around out the back behind the processing area. There are a few other create things that I'm thinking I would like to make. So I'm just going to grab out all our create stuff from here. I think that's it. One of the things I would like to make is the engineer's goggles. But the thing is, this needs a gold plate. So we need to make a mechanical press. And while we're making a mechanical press, I'm also going to need at some point an encased fan. So we might as well make that at the same time. We will need, of course, the mechanical press to make iron plates to be able to make the encased fan anyway. So might as well start now, right? To go with that, I would like to make a depot. I guess it's probably about time we checked our quests. We've probably got quite a few here. I got a pasture seeds from putting some dirt through the sieve. Gives us a silk touch and mending shovel. That's quite cool. And a golden egg, which I think, yeah, makes delightful dirt. So you can make passive mobs spawn. That'll be good. And here we made an auto hammer, which gives us a speed augment for the pedestals, item transporter, and 2 more iron auto hammers. Wow. That's going to be really useful for adding other resources into our sifting setup. What else? In the basic, we made some drawers, so that gives us some copper upgrades. That's pretty sweet. And also a configuration tool. The copper upgrades, I'm going to chuck straight into this, putting it on some of the stuff that we have the most of. What else? Foodies and farmers, we made some shears. We got some wool that I made from, I think, some string. And we also made a bed. We got a rain shield, which is pretty sweet. I'm assuming that stops it from raining. We'll try that next time it starts raining. And we got some wheat. Ooh, got a cake. Nice. Man, these quest rewards are pretty good. We got the elytra, of course, which gives us, wow, 32 firework rockets. Cool. Oh, sweet. That means that we're going to be able to just straight up go flying with our elytra straight away. That's pretty good. We'll have to go exploring. What else? We made a drying rack. This was to get some more leather a while back. And we also got some sage seeds, breaking some grass. Yeah, I think that's it for now, quests-wise. So we should have a bunch of dried kelp, which we can turn into mechanical belts. We will get a bit more. The kelp's growing in there. So that's good. As we were saying, we need to make a mechanical press. So we've got a shaft, we need an andesite casing, and a block of iron. Iron, we should be able to smelt a bunch. So we'll need to strip some logs for the andesite casing. And with that, I want to use some andesite and, of course, iron nuggets. Or some andesite alloy. Make as much as we can. Only 6. That'll do for now. As we get more, we'll come back for that. We need the block of iron, and that should be enough for a mechanical press. I'm going to set up another similar water wheel deal just for some of our create processing, I think. Gonna figure out where to put it. I think for now, I'm just gonna put it on the other side of this one, and we're gonna have kind of a bit of processing over here. And there we go. Got our first little create processing setup here where we can make plates and smelt things. We're definitely going to have to make a similar sort of smelting setup for our resource processing and behind there. So of course we'll need the plates for that, but one of the other reasons why we made this now was for the gold, of course. We need a gold plate to make the engineer's goggles. I just need a piece of string from the flax, and I've got some glass, so that should be it. Engineer's goggles. So once we've got these on, when we look at these machines, we can now see sort of how much kinetic stress capacity they have, how much they're using. So that's pretty sweet. We've got another quest here, I think, for making the goggles. So we get a shaft and a couple mechanical belts. That'll be helpful. So for the main event of this episode, I'm thinking I'll make just a real quick, messy sort of setup around the back here, processing all our resources. So this will be the chest that everything comes into before it's put into the drawers. And then to get items into here, they need to be smelted, which I'm thinking we'll do along here. We'll have a belt here, and this belt will have the whole encased fan lava setup here. So the encased fan will blow through the lava and smelt the things that are on this belt. So this chest here will just eject straight out onto this belt, which of course will smelt and go into the chest. So we just need to get into this chest whatever we need smelted. And then directly into this chest we'll just go the few things that, you know, don't need any processing. Move the sifters around the back here. And then I can just grab the outputs of these. I might actually put a buffer chest in the middle here. Just thinking it'll be easier to filter stuff coming out of a buffer chest than straight out of the sifters. And then of course to get things into the sieves, we will just pipe in the top. That will of course come from the iron auto hammer. It will in turn come from the pedestal. That should automatically hit into the auto hammer, should hammer it up and output into the sifters. Oh, there's a there was a mimic chest under there. Ooh, and he dropped a villager hat. Decreases the trading prices of villagers. I'll take that. Yeah, we've had one of those spawn before, and it had a vampiric glove in it. It's pretty cool. I'm just picking up all this. And there we go. The sifter is now running into this chest here. Ooh, I see it's raining. Give this rain shield a go, see if it actually does anything. Oh, look at that! No rain. I wonder if it has a range. I'm assuming it does, but it must be pretty far. Oh, that's great. We're pretty much going to do the same setup here that we did out for the smelter. We'll need a andesite funnel to get things out onto the conveyor belt. Like that, and then of course we'll put our bucket of lava in there. There's a bucket of lava, so once the fan's running, that should start smelting everything on the belt here. All we need to do is make sure that the belt itself turns slow enough that everything gets smelted by the time it reaches the end. like I'm gonna have to add some more water wheels onto this. Ah! What is that? Where did they come from? Oh, I don't even know how to deal with them. I guess if we have some diamonds in here, I can try make... Yeah, I'll try make like a diamond sword and maybe a chest plate or something. Not that it'll probably do much, but I'll give it a whirl. Oh, man, they shoot really fast. Can't even dodge that. Oh no. Ah. Oh. It's our first death. Oh no. Oh, and we spawn back in the middle of them all. And they're killing our villagers. Try to get back around here. I wonder if I can kind of wall up and hit them from somewhere. It's gonna be rough. Ow. Can't get me in here, but I can't really do anything with them either. If I can hit them from below, maybe? I guess they can probably just hit me from here. Ah, stuff it. I'm just gonna have to fight them, I think. Yep. Yep, they can hit me. I'm just gonna fight them. Try and hit them enough before they hit me. Well, we got the quest, killing a skeleton. Oh man. I guess maybe the lightning is what spawned them? Wild. Oh yeah, Wandering Trader. He somehow ended up in the same pen as the rest of them. Looks like he has an elytra as well, so maybe it wasn't as crazy of a thing as we thought. He does also have some ultra vector plates for 8 emerald though, which is pretty good considering the amount of emerald that we have, I think. I might grab a bunch of those. Never mind, I'm only going to grab a few because he ran out of stock. Oh, now where were we? I'm thinking I'm gonna sort of finish this off, get it all hooked up, and then I will sort of come back and explain it. I think that'll probably be the best way to do it. So I'll be right back. So we're back. I have been AFK for quite a while. You can see everything's growing and ready to go. There's a mimic chest around as well, which we got a golden hook from. Increases the experience dropped by creatures. Pretty sweet. We have a frog friend now, apparently. Good old mate. And you can see that we've got a bunch of resources. So I've updated the system behind here. I'll show it in a sec. But out the front here, we've got a bunch of these compacting drawers that all just have a bunch of resources in them. and we've AFK'd long enough that we have quite a bit of everything. Iron, gold, copper, so on. All the metals, bunch of diamonds, emeralds, coal and lapis. Pretty great. Around the back here, it's a mess, honestly. But this is just our sort of first initial setup. I've turned it off for now because it was kind of overloading a bit, getting too full. Pretty much you can see that the pedestal, of course, makes cobblestone, which goes straight into the iron auto hammer, which gets hammered down to gravel. The gravel then comes out into this pipe, and as usual, connects into the sifters. So the sifters then fill up with gravel and sift the gravel, and the stuff comes out into these pipes here, which goes into this chest. This chest is where everything gets split up. So if it's something that's smeltable, it goes down this way, and if it's not, it goes into this chest. This chest, of course, goes straight into all the drawers. But if it's something smeltable, it comes across into this chest, which is very full, as you can see. And then one at a time, items just get kind of pushed out into the belt there. They come along here and they hopefully smelt by the time they get to the end, and then into the chest. So this is where the bottleneck is, pretty much. As you can see, we just can't smelt stuff fast enough. Once we have access to brass from Create, we'll be able to upgrade these to brass funnels, which should be able to do multiple at a time, and we'll also be able to filter at the other end, so we know things will be smelted before going in here. So that's our pretty messy, but it works, early game system to get a bunch of resources. So next on the list, I think next I'd like to do some exploring. I'm pretty sure that there are like sky villages and stuff out here, and we do have an elytra and some rockets, so next episode I think we'll be doing that. And of course in future as well, we need to upgrade this system for more materials, sifting dust and stuff to get redstone. I also want to sort of clean this up and make it a bit prettier, so I might do that in between episodes. Oh, and lastly, before we go, just quickly check our quests. I think we've only got one for the compacting drawers, which gives us a bunch of gold upgrades. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, thanks for watching, especially if you made it this far. And I'll see you in the next episode. Those skeleton horsemen were pretty nuts, weren't they? It's a shame to die, really. Especially after we made that whole first series of all the mods without dying a single time, and then 2 episodes into this series and we die. Twice. Oh well. What can you do?